And number 7. Anybody want to guess what number 7 is? Number 7 is really all-encompassing. It means to set up courts of justice, to protect the law. Here we have laws. Who's going to enforce them? Who's going to make sure that they're implemented, that they're observed? We need a judicial system that is just and not corrupt, of course, that will enforce all kinds of laws, even traffic laws. Even those traffic laws are not part of the 7 Noahide laws, but that's the intent with number 7. The idea is to establish laws in courts for the welfare of society. There's a lot of laws in business, FDA, to make sure that people do not take advantage of others and give them something which is not healthy. You know, what people are capable of doing for money is incredible. They don't care if others will suffer. There need to be laws that will prosecute them if they do something illegal, something that is harmful. So there's many, many laws. In a normal, civilized society, there are many, many laws. And the whole idea behind them is, of course, to ensure that people live happily, that their liberties are not taken from them, as I mentioned earlier in the Declaration of Independence. So in order to ensure that, you're going to have police, you're going to have judges. Number 7, even though it varies from country to country, is unfortunately not kept very, very well because of corruption. Corruption is unfortunately something that has always been around. Yes. Whether it's at the judicial level, or even at the higher level. Kings, presidents, leaders of their country, congressmen, senators. You know, you think that they're upright, you think that they're doing that which is right, and that they care about you, but unfortunately that's not always the case. They may care more about being reelected than about doing the right thing. Something that is controversial, they may not take a position on it. So it's not to come out pro this or against that. They want to be elected by everyone. So they want to resort to flattery and to all kinds of behavior that is not really worthy of somebody who's educated and who really wants to do the right thing, the correct thing. If you have a good judicial system, hopefully they will take care of any injustice in society. Sometimes they need more manpower, but the goal here is still the same. If there's a will, there's a way. Even if it requires more money, people have to understand the value of this, otherwise you would have anarchy. If society functions properly, then we become partners in creation. We become partners with God in preserving this beautiful world. All right, these are the 7 Noahide laws. Now we've come to a very important additional detail about these laws, which the Rambam elucidates on. Rambam Maimonides says as follows: a non-Jew who observes these 7 Noahide laws will have a share to the world to come. He will be called the righteous amongst the nations on condition that he did so because God commanded. Not that he did it on his own because he likes it, because he understands it and believes in it. He did it only because God commanded him. If he does not observe these commandments because God commanded him, he just observed it because he thought it was a good idea, then he's just meha. He's not from the righteous of the nation. He's a gentleman, a good individual, a smart individual. That's all. And you wonder to yourself, what's the difference between doing something because God commanded versus just doing it because you felt it's the right thing to do? One has the title of being righteous of the nations, and the other one has a title, Chachameha. He's a good man. What's the difference here? Yes?
The job then of the Jew is to teach, to know laws, so they'll be...
Right, the job of the Jew is to teach, but what difference would it be for the individual, whether he does it ultimately because God commanded, or he does it on his own because he thinks it's the right thing to do?
So the Jew has to teach him, has to teach the world.
Yes. But why would it make a difference? Ultimately he's doing the right thing. The Rambam says, first of all, if he's the righteous of the nations, he will have a share to the world to come for keeping the 7 Noahide laws. If he does not, then he does not have a share to the world to come. In other words, he has to do it because God commanded. Why? Why should that make a difference? So there are two ways of looking at it. One way, perhaps we can borrow from Esav. You remember Esav? Jacob's brother? We have a tradition, and you can clearly see it when you read the Torah, that Esav was a professional, expert in one mitzvah. Which one?
Respecting the.
He honored his father and mother. Kibud Avayim, a very, very valuable mitzvah. He was one of the best. He performed very well. Now wait a minute. So I have a question. Esav, who performed this beautiful mitzvah, how come he never became a better person? He never formed a better relationship with God. According to our tradition, the commentators explain that this one mitzvah, this one commandment of honoring your parents, is a springboard to honoring God. If you watch your parents, what they do for you, how much they take care of you, they clothe you, they feed you, how they raised you, and you treat them properly and respectfully, this mitzvah will train you, will help you observe what God has done for you, how he has taken care of you, he has given you life, and come to respect him too. So you understand what my question is? If Esav is that good at observing this one mitzvah, how come he never advanced? How come he didn't progress to form a better relationship with God and honor God and be respectful of God? Just your parents? How come there's no more? What's the answer? Because he did it not because of God commanding him to respect his parents. He did it because he felt that's the right thing to do. He's my father. She's my mother. I'm a devoted child. Of course I'm going to be responsible and take care of them. He didn't do it because God told him so. When you don't do something because God told you to, it doesn't go too far. You follow me? Doing something because God said gives you the impetus to move forward and do more.